So of course, Assassin's Creed Valhalla have featured many villains from Norse mythology, but the biggest surprise came from the main antagonist who was majorly involved with Eivor's story. Now in this video, we'll be going over why Basim wanted to kill Eivor, so of course major spoilers for the entire Assassin's Creed storyline and some DLC, which will more or less likely tell more about their story. But if you enjoy, a like would be greatly appreciated, and subscribe if you are new. But let's get straight into the video. So Assassin's Creed Valhalla introduces many new concepts, including a protagonist who never becomes an assassin, something most of us dislike. However, despite that, Eivor still becomes an integral character in the series. While they don't become a full member of the Brotherhood, players learn that Eivor is actually the reincarnation of the Norse god Odin, and through their past life, Valhalla also reveals perhaps the most surprising villain of the entire game. Now nearing the end of the game, as Eivor joins their brother Sigurd in finding the world tree Yggdrasil, players realize there is more to the mythical location than meets the eye. In fact, the world tree is a supercomputer built from the Isu civilization that takes its users into a virtual reality environment called the Grey. Once the siblings escape Valhalla, Eivor is cornered by their ally turned enemy Basim. While his heel turn comes as a huge surprise, his motivations are actually revealed through another storyline. Now if you go to the homestead, this seer Valka gives Eivor a potion that allows them to relive the stories of the Norse gods. In reality, they are reliving a past life and their final moments leading up to the Norse apocalypse known as Ragnarok. No, not the film, the actual Norse mythology stuff. Now during the side story, Odin tries to stop Ragnarok from happening after being told that a massive wolf would kill them and all of Asgard would be destroyed. Earlier in the story though, Odin encounters this wolf, but instead of killing it, he imprisons it. It's later revealed that the wolf is named Fenrir and is actually the son of Loki, the god of mischief. Loki pleads with Odin to spare Fenrir from his fate, and while Odin doesn't kill him, he does treat the wolf poorly. As the story continues, Loki grows more bitter and begins to live up to his title, setting up traps for Odin and lying about his plan to the other gods. What Loki and Odin don't realize is that each action they encounter leads them closer to Ragnarok. For example, Loki's growing rage leads him to kill Odin's son Balder by poisoning his food with mistletoe. In the original Norse mythology, Ragnarok begins with the death of Balder at Loki's hands. Now while Asgard's story will continue in AC Valhalla's third DLC, which will be coming out next year, there's more than enough context to explain Basim's rage against Eivor. In reality, the assassin Basim is Loki reincarnated, and he's held on to this grudge against Odin for centuries. Now throughout the story of Valhalla, Basim acts as an ally and mentor to Eivor, giving them the hidden blade and showing them how to use it. He starts off out like a true friend who may even convince Eivor to join the Brotherhood. However, the game eventually reveals Basim's true colors as someone who has held a grudge for a long time remains unwilling to give it up. Now one thing some of you guys may be, misinterpreting or not fully understanding, because I myself didn't really understand it, but if you go through the main game and you complete all of the Animus anomalies, you actually unlock this cutscene which is on your screen now. In the cutscene, we see all of the Norse gods, who are the Isu, actually using the world tree to transfer their genetic memories into this ginormous genome of trees and, babies and, DNA and stuff, which is too scientific for me to explain. Now of course throughout this, Loki is not invited because switching out the Norse and Isu stuff, it kind of happened. Odin and Loki fell out. Ragnarok is technically the Isu world ending, so that's why Loki wasn't invited, and it kind of turns a bit sour. We see Loki come in, killing someone who we all presume to be Heimdall, and uploading his own genetic memory into this ginormous machine. And of course throughout time, he then becomes reincarnated as Basim, and if you know the modern day story, he is now our modern day protagonist with a little scheme up his sleeve. Now overall, the whole story can be a bit confusing because there are separate elements that you need to complete to understand it, but I really hope this video boiled it down for you as to why the best assassin in Assassin's Creed Valhalla turned out to be a bad guy. Now possibly I would like to see more of Basim's story before we met him in Valhalla, growing up, him becoming an assassin, his training, and then in turn meeting Sigurd. that would be a pretty cool game and a story I'd like to explore. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to let me know in a comment section down below. What do you think about Basim? Would you like to play as him as an assassin, not in the modern day? And do you think the Valhalla mythical story could have been compiled into something a little bit better? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you have enjoyed, a like would be greatly appreciated, and subscribe if you are new to stay up to date with the latest and greatest Assassin's Creed Valhalla informational videos. Now I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video.